This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so Wack100, I'm assuming, assembled this whole thing at No Jumper, where it was Akademiks Vlad, I guess Traplow Ross happened to be in the neighborhood. Akademiks Vlad, Traplow Ross, Adam 22, and him, and Remo. This was all for Wack100 to explain away and try to cover up that he just knows too much information. Okay. He walks through many different instances where it's like, what does he have, a crystal ball? Academics can be even saying like, it's like Wack100 has a crystal ball. He knows when everything's about to happen. The indictment, he knows details of everything. I mean, Loose Cannon might be waking up and saying, maybe I'm in this situation because Wack100 rocked me to sleep. And he took advantage of me being an idiot. And I told it all. So Wack100, first, he says that the industry fell back from Big U when he fell back from Big U, which is not really true. Wack100, people didn't even know who Wack100 was until he started trying to like become a thug for the game, right? When he was chasing around Stitches and going at Meek Mill for game. He got addicted to the spotlight. And eventually he even did an interview with Tekashi and embraced Tekashi, who's a snitch. And I think he was inspired from Tekashi from that moment, okay? To be honest with you, because that's when he really started tripling down on Clubhouse, right? And using Clubhouse as his way to take Big U down and any others. It started off as exposers, where he was exposing people's paperwork if they were snitches. But then it just became straight up like, let's put Big U in jail. That's what it became. So he claims that he gave Big U this documentary series. Remember the one with Haitian Jack and everybody on it? He claims he gave that to Big U. Those are all Big U's friends that are on it. That was Big U's thing with Fox. So I don't know why he claims he claims he's done everything. He knows everybody, right? How was Wack100 so accurate with all Bricc Baby's information before it even came out and was public in this indictment? He says I know someone that was smashing his wife or something like that, right? A Pyru, and then they gave up all the information. He knew the day to happen. June. He even said it in the interview, June 23rd, 2023. I know the year, the caliber, the type of weapon, where it happened, everything. Why are you bragging about that? How do you know all this information? Unless you are privy to it. Is this Whitey Bulger? Whitey Bulger had he loosely had an alliance with the feds where they would take other people down. He would give them information and they would let him continue doing his criminal enterprise until the FBI agent got locked up. Then he claims that Bricc Baby's extra case on his file, a lot of people are assuming it's Little Dirk, right? A seal file. He's saying, no, that has to do with Sue Surf's case. If you don't know Sue Surf, he's an artist from Jersey that was rolling 60s and got indicted, right? And they're saying Big U and Bricc Baby worked with the feds to take down Sue Surf and gave testimony. And that's why they call him a snitch. How would he know that? Wack100 says people just call his phone. He keeps his phone number the same all the time because people call his phone and offer him information. Just because you're getting offered information that's going to take people down doesn't mean you need to share it. He claims the mom of the kid who died, right, in Vegas, right, called him in 2024, and he said, don't worry, we're going to get him. And in March 2025, they called him. They said they found Big U's DNA on the body. It's inconclusive, right? It's not 100%, right? But they said don't say anything because they're going to pick him up. Wack100 ran right to Clubhouse because he didn't want to seem like he just was holding on to information. He wanted to say, hey, Big U, if I were you, I'd start to run, man. They got you. They found that DNA, and he shared it. When the family asked him not to, he admits this in this. He talks too much. He just talks too much. And he's going to talk himself into big issues. I wouldn't want to stand next to Wack100 now. I mean, it's pretty obvious, especially the street people from the street, that something's not adding up here with Big U. You know, he knows too much and shares too much. And when you share too much, it gives the feds more information than they should have. Loose Cannon, we all know the infamous interview with Loose Cannon where Wack100 befriends Loose Cannon when he hated him a few years ago. And he befriended him. He let his guard down, got Loose Cannon doing podcasts. Promised him some show that probably only filmed 1 or 2 episodes just to, placate him. Make him think he's going to get out, beat the street life, right? Well, Loose Cannon started sharing too much information on podcasts, talking about, Big U, the play is, he'll take 40 from someone and then we'll count it up. And while they're counting it up, they come to get the money. And we give them 40 back, but then they have to give us 20. So it looks like Big U's doing a favor. He says he used to write down all the serial numbers for the guns. He did this. This is how we extorted people. We talk about extortion plots with Meek Mill and Rick Ross, which is all this stuff is in the indictment. All this stuff is in the indictment. And then Loose Cannon would talk about 600. If you don't know who 600 is, he's Christopher Lovejoy on IG. And he's always talking about, he's always giving up information like Loose Cannon does. Very loose. Loose lips over there. Loose Cannon. Tweety Bird. Tweety. He's Tweety Bird. Because he's singing. 600 gives up a lot of information. Wack100 tries to cover up this because 600 is a valuable asset to Wack100. Wack100 says, no. Loose Cannon was mad for what 600 was saying on the internet, right? And he says, how are you going to be mad when you just gave up all this information on No Jumper? You're a hypocrite. Then with 600, he says, 600 doesn't do any Fed stuff because what I do is I share all the information on Clubhouse. Wack100 does. And then he picks up and reports what he heard on Clubhouse. So he's not a Fed. Well, that would make you the person that's sharing all the information the problem. I mean, this is just like such a contradictory. He's trying to cover his tracks to show that no. He's trying to divert the attention away that he is, because Wack100. Big U said before he went in, Wack100. It's because of him I went to jail. Loose Cannon. These guys are sloppy. They talk too much. And they basically, painted a case for the feds, and now they investigated it, and now here I am. Wack100's trying very hard to get that stink off of him of being a rat. Because it's really like what he's doing is like third-party type of cooperation. It's not like directly cooperating, but it's giving the information, putting it out there. Then he breaks down this whole extortion thing. So there was a dispensary involved where Big U was collecting $1,000 a week from a dispensary. And Wack100 was like, yeah, I know this, I know that. He was giving like super details, right? And he says, Bricc Baby was involved with the same dispensary doing something different. So somehow some people were putting Big U and Bricc Baby onto this dispensary, right? And they get so that right there says it's a FBI op, right? The feds were supplying the cash to the dispensary, and Big U had a guy named Sylvester, which is his driver, picking it up. Now, this guy Sylvester also told on Big U about the murder because he says they had him on the extortion. They had him on 100 counts of extortion. So then Wack100 goes off to saying how much of an idiot Big U is for, not switching phones ever. They were able to wiretap him. He talks all the details about this murder, like down to a minute. He's like 48 minutes, and then the feds having the paperwork 50 minutes. Like, he knew everything. Like, they knew it was that he dumped the body there because the way the rocks were moved here, and that's how they knew Big U. And the guy Sylvester gave all these details, but he knew this stuff before, right? He knew this stuff beforehand. And then he kept talking about a platinum producer in the studio told Big U to turn his phone off and then turn it back on so he can't be tracked. There's a lot of information, and I think Wack100 is trying his best to deflect the attention off of him that, he's not right. But I think at the end of the day, people that are smart will know. And, he took a page out of Tekashi's book. He's cool with snitching. And that's that. And it's not like directly snitching, so let me make that clear. It's like dry snitching. You're talking too much. You're talking about information people don't know. The feds probably didn't even know. And he put them onto it just by talking about it. It gets big enough on the internet, the feds are going to pay attention. And that's what happened. It's sick, bro. We're living in a weird time, and I could see what Adam and I'm not stupid. I see what Adam and Wack are doing. They're giving excuses for Wack, like, oh no. I know it says that in the paperwork, but we know that because they want to keep this content going. Wack100 is good content, especially now. They know, like, okay, this is gonna be big. Like, we're gonna get him just talking, and then eventually one day it's gonna come out. I mean, Wack100 has a chain around his neck. It might as well be a badge. This is crazy. I don't know. We'll call him, this is Whitey Bulger, because you can't call him Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco was a cop. Whitey Bulger was a criminal that made an alliance. And that's what this is. Anyways, this is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll check you on the next one. Peace.